Well, it seems like the day many of us have been eagerly awaiting has come at last. The contents of the huge announcement in the final chapter of Chainsaw Man has finally been revealed, and it turns out it's both of the things that we had considered it might be. So the first big obvious one was the announcement for an anime adaptation, and the second one that seemed kind of less likely actually was the announcement of a part 2 or a continuation of the manga. And as it turns out, we're actually getting both of those. So the first important part of this is the announcement that Chainsaw Man is not actually ending on chapter 97. This is apparently part 1, and the continuation of the series is going to be on Jump Plus, which, as far as I understand, is like an app that Shonen Jump has. It's separate from the main Shonen Jump series, I think. I know they have some other series like Boruto on there. So I'm assuming if it's not part of the weekly Shonen Jump lineup, that Fujimoto will be getting a little bit more leniency with his schedule and how he does things, which in general I think is usually a good thing. The more control the creator has over the pace of their production of the story and things like that, to an extent, of course, the higher the quality of the actual product. So if that happens with them moving to Jump Plus, I think that's going to be a pretty good thing for Chainsaw Man, or whatever it's going to be called in the future, if it's going to be called like Chainsaw Man Part 2, or if it's still just Chainsaw Man, or if it's a completely different title for the series, but it's a continuation of the story. Whatever it is, I'm going to assume that this will probably be a good thing for the series. Now, I guess the bigger announcement here, I assume the continuation of the manga will happen before this, so it moving to Jump Plus is more of a immediate announcement, but the much bigger, more prominent one is the announcement of an anime adaptation. And like a lot of people seem to think it's getting animated by MAPPA. It seems like MAPPA's getting everything lately. They got God of High School, they got Jujutsu Kaisen, and right now they're doing Attack on Titan as well. So now they're going to be doing Chainsaw Man 2. I do have some concerns over this. Not because I doubt the skills that MAPPA has as an animation company. I think we've seen from Jujutsu Kaisen that they are pretty capable. But I'm worried about the production staff at MAPPA getting overworked. Like, the work burden that they're getting is just massive. They have Jujutsu Kaisen, they have Attack on Titan, now they're working on Chainsaw Man. They may be doing another season of Dorohedoro. If they do a continuation of God of High School, like that's a lot of stuff. Anime is not produced by computers, it's produced by people, and people can only do so much with what work they're given, and when they're given too much work, they're just going to break at some point. So I hope MAPPA is handling this in a reasonable way. Hopefully the way this will work is that they will work on 1 or 2 series at a time, and then when they're done with another one, they'll start working on the others. So hopefully they're not going to get into actual production for this anime until they're done with Jujutsu Kaisen. I hope. I really wouldn't mind if we just have like one half of the year or whatever is Jujutsu Kaisen and the other half of the year is Chainsaw Man. That would work just fine for me personally, so long as it maintains the quality of both of them. So another concern I know that a lot of people have is that Chainsaw Man is going to be a CGI anime. Now, I would personally much prefer a traditional 2D animation. I think something is just sort of lost when you use CGI. You can look at anime like Kengan Ashura, even Dorohedoro. I think Dorohedoro is the better example for how CGI anime can still be good, because Dorohedoro's art style is similar to Chainsaw Man in that it's very rough and sketchy. Now, the animation for Dorohedoro it doesn't look anywhere near as good as the manga, but it's not bad. I've watched the anime and I've read the manga. They both still look good. The Dorohedoro anime is not bad, really, by any means. So I think if Chainsaw Man does get a CGI adaptation, don't just write it off as definitely going to be garbage. we've seen with other CGI works that MAPPA has done with series that have fairly similar art styles, that a CGI anime adaptation can still be pretty good. So, while I still hope that we get a 2D anime, I'm going to not immediately write it off if it's CGI. I think it can still turn out plenty good if they do it that way. So yeah, this is some pretty tremendous news. I guess the Chainsaw Man reviews will not be ending forever. We will have more stuff to talk about. I don't know when the Chainsaw Man manga is going to be continued. If they're just going to keep going next week, or if they're going to take a break for a few months. That would probably be more likely. If they're going to end it as like a part one, I would assume that Fujimoto is going to take a break for a little while and then get to work on part two, ensure that he's well rested and prepared to work on the continuation for the story. So, Chainsaw Man's not over, and I'm quite happy about that. I'm sure many of you are very happy about that as well. And I look forward to seeing many more people exposed to Chainsaw Man through the anime, and really I'm just very excited to see how well a lot of the very interesting scenes are translated into a moving media. So, yeah. I assume most of you are Chainsaw Man manga fans here. Either subscribe to me, or this is the first time you've watched one of my videos because you're looking for videos talking about this huge news, in which case I've been doing Chainsaw Man weekly chapter reviews for the past 5 or 6 months. If you're interested in those, you should go check out my channel. I have a playlist. You can see them all right there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.